I'm ready when you're ready.
All right, excellent, excellent. Dynamite Sports. I'm here at Dynamite Sports. We put the in sports. I'm here with guest Mike Boatright, number 22, pro basketball overseas point guard. We're going to be discussing college athletes getting paid, the sports entertainment business, Mr. Boatright's fashion brand, SGF, Sacrifice, Grind, Faith, the D1 and Juco leagues, and basically how you got it out of the mud, Mr. Boatright. Welcome to Dynamite Sports. How are you today?
I'm good. How you doing? How you doing?
Oh, man, I'm hyped. I appreciate you showing up. Appreciate your time, your grind, and your mind. As I talked about earlier, how's your day been today?
Man, I've been blessed, man. Just happy to be up. Another 24 hours, so it's been great. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. So SGF, Sacrifice, Grind, Faith, your fashion brand. Talk to me a little bit about that and how you came up with the SGF brand.
Okay, so SGF, it means that the sacrifice that you have to put in order to reach the level of success that you want. The grind that you have to have, it got to be consistent so you can achieve your greatness. And you always got to have faith, you know what I'm saying, to reach everything. So it really just means that's the three things that stand out most for me, like that helped me in my career. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I feel. I just felt like that's what it means to me. So I always wanted to push that out there for everyone else. So
yeah, when I saw it, because I saw the SGF, I saw the swagged out font and the way that you had it displayed and presented was like swag famous. But at the same time, when I saw what it stood for, sacrifice, grind, faith, and I see you on Instagram getting it in training, it all made complete sense. And I was like, wow.
Yeah, it stand for something for me, like and not just in life, but for basketball too. Like you gotta have sacrifice. It's gonna be sacrifice that you gotta make to get to your end goal where you want to be. And in between that, you gotta put in a lot of work, a lot of grind, a lot of, you know what I'm saying, a lot of dedication. And then like at the end, you always gotta have faith. It might not go your way all the time, so that faith gonna always have to be there. Cause sometimes it ain't gonna always be your way. So
you're absolutely right. Day by day, each day is different. It's like we living in the Matrix. You had to control your hologram and change your hologram as needed. I can identify exactly with what you're saying. Yeah. And the way we got here, we're talking about NCAA college players getting paid. I know that you played in the Juco leagues and Division II basketball and was signed to a Division I team. But basically, I'm going to highlight how we got here. The NCAA boards adopted a policy permitting incoming and current student athletes to make money from their names, images, and likenesses. College players, as of July 1st at midnight, can get paid via their social media, endorsement, autographs, and agents. Is this something that was on your radar when you were playing in the Jucos in Division II? How do you feel about this?
I feel like it's a great opportunity for kids because like we make so much money for schools and they programs. We making them rich and them famous and in JUCO and in sports period, just in any level. Like you really have to go through it. Like you be eating ramen noodles some days, you go hungry some days, like, you know. So I feel like with this, it's giving people the, like, if I can bring all this attention to you, I feel like I should get that same attention and that same love. Like if I can give you all this, I feel like it should be reciprocated back. So I feel like this is a great thing for us. It's gonna make kids want to stay in college longer. Maybe they get their degree, may not leave faster, stay all 4 years. So I think this is great. This is great for people.
Exactly. I definitely agree. And the way that we got here initially, Little Dynamite and I, we have a sports journalism series entitled The G Code versus the Cheat Code. And we noticed that the NCAA industry, the college sports entertainment industry, had the college athletes under the G code, like don't ask, don't tell. You seeing these coaches make an absorbent amount of money, and you just described the majority of the students' lifestyle. And we got here by talking about the G code versus the cheat code, how now with the NIL rule that college athletes can get paid, that's kind of like the cheat code for the college students. And one college student that exercised that to the T, college athlete getting paid, is Hersey Miller. Hersey Miller is a 19-year-old millionaire, the 6 foot, 390-pound teenage son of rapper Master P, signed a $2 million endorsement deal with Web Apps America before setting foot on Tennessee State College campus. I'm sure you're familiar with this story, and what are your thoughts on this situation?
I think that's a blessing. Like with him going and choosing a all-black school, I feel like that's a blessing, because it's showing you that you don't have to go to a top Division I school to, you know what I'm saying, to receive these benefits. Like he went to a black school and he was still able to receive $2 million off his likeness. So I think that's a blessing. And with him being Master P, son, that's going to bring more opportunities to not just him, but the school, to Tennessee State. So I feel like that's a blessing that he was able to get $2 million before even stepping on the court. Like that's a blessing for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. And let's just kind of what I wanted to say in regards to the G code versus the cheat code is, I know that during your Juco League days, on the G code you had to follow, and the cheat code, being a baller that you are, and how you guys were kind of running through the league and smashing some of the other teams, you had to follow the G code, having some police escorts from some games as the team, and it kind of got kind of chippy because of your last name. Could you talk about those scenarios for me for a moment?
Yeah, so like so the school that I went to is called Southern Arkansas. So like that was like it was a first year school. So when we all coming along, it was their first year participating in sports. So it was teams that was like, you know, they ranked, they're well known in sports. So they really was basically gonna play us thinking like, oh, it'll be like a warm-up game for us. And when we started whooping teams that was ranked and it was number one, people like teams start dropping out, like we don't want to play them. So we got practice for longer because we don't got no game schedule. They literally was canceling our games because they didn't want to play us no more. So then, I don't know, the more we got to playing, the more we started winning. We finally go to like Mississippi, you know, the Mississippi areas, and getting all down in Arkansas. Like, man, it was crazy. Like they throw stuff at the bus, scream crazy stuff.
Coming in or leaving, or both?
Both. Both. It was crazy. Like the game I really can remember was like we was in Mississippi. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking we're in an all-black type of community. It was even worse. They was throwing stuff at us. They was doing everything. They really had to escort us from the gym because we won. Like they was throwing all type of stuff at the team, saying crazy stuff to our coach. I got kicked out the game. It was just crazy, but I feel like it helped us though. It showed us like, man, no matter what, you always gotta remain, you know, in the right mindset, because we all could have took it left. We could have got the fighting, we could have got the arguing, we could have got, you know, but you still gotta remain yourself and play no matter what. It's gonna be no matter where you go. NBA, overseas, it's gonna be stuff thrown at you. You're gonna have to, you know what I'm saying, stay focused, stay on the right mind track for you to keep going. So it was bad and good at the same time, like I said.
Bad and good. I see you rocking that Fully Feared Miles Weber brand, Fully Feared.
Yeah.
I see you rocking that right now. That's looking fly.
That's to support my best friend for sure.
Absolutely. And you guys played together in the Juco leagues, is that correct?
Yes. Yeah, okay. We played together at Southern Arkansas.
Okay. And coming up in a couple of weeks, you'll be back in Europe playing ball. You want to just kind of fast forward just a little bit. We're going to bounce around and go back and forth, but just fast forward a little bit. Talk about your Division II and how you transition to playing professional basketball as a point guard. Is that right?
Yes.
Over in Europe.
It's definitely different because going from Division 2, it's like I'm playing guys my height, more my weight, and like when you transferring to get over to overseas, it's different. It's a whole different type of game. Like they play more slow and fast, but they bigger. So
Okay.
the game is different. You with players that's maybe not be as good as you, but then on your team, so you be having to like teach them stuff. You got to talk to them. It's not like being over here in the States and everybody know how to play and everybody know how to play the right way. They might not know how to play like how you play. So
Mm-hmm.
you have a bigger role. You're not out there
Mm-hmm.
just playing for your school. You playing for a country. So they take everything more serious. So it becomes more of a business than just a game.
Ah, now and see, you just said something right because representing a local college, representing a state college, or representing a region, or either representing the East Coast or the West Coast is one thing, but
Yeah,
to represent a country, that's a whole nother thing.
that's a whole different ball game there.
You really put it in perspective that time when you said that. You really put it in perspective.
Yeah.
So you currently you have an agent and sports
Mhm.
management. You want to shop them out?
Yeah. So right now I'm going. I was with Priority Sports, but I'm not with them no more. So right now I'm just working with an agency called Eurobasket.
Okay.
So shout out Eurobasket, shout out Dusty.
Shout out Eurobasket. Yeah, the Eurobasket, you guys had a tournament where all of the scouts from overseas were kind of checking everything out, be kind of COVID. You want to talk about that tournament, where it was and
Yeah.
what was going on?
So I played in the Eurobasket. So basically it's like agents and overseas teams, G League teams, they all can come in and watch. So I played in the Vegas one, but it was COVID. It was during COVID. So usually the Vegas camp is the same time as the NBA summer league.
Ah,
So usually you can have NBA scouts, overseas scouts. That it's literally in the same gym right after the summer league is over.
right after the NBA Summer League.
Yes.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So they usually have that literally right there. So it's very beneficial.
Okay, that makes sense. And in the title, if you just joined us, we are joined by our illustrious guest, Mike Boatright, number 22, pro basketball overseas point guard. And we are discussing college athletes getting paid, the sports entertainment business. Mike Boatright's fashion brand SGF, Sacrifice, Grind, Faith. Mr. Boatright playing in the D1 and Juco leagues, and just basically how he got it out of the mud to be a professional basketball player overseas. We're just talking about the Euro basket that takes place in Las Vegas, goes on the same time that the NBA Summer League goes on, and you guys play on the same court after the Summer League.
Right, right. So they,
Right.
they have multiple camps. So they have like I think it's in like 4 different states at different times. So if you don't want to going to Vegas, I feel like it's other opportunities you can go to. It's
Okay.
4 different camps.
Okay. So we're going to get into some more questions, but we are Sneakerheads, Dynamite Sports, Intelligent Sports Talk, Sneakerheads,
Mhm.
Sneakerheads, and for being our third guest on our live stream with our theme all year long, the G code versus the cheat code, which you definitely have to follow the G code and the cheat code to get it out of the mud. And you're
Right.
well on your way doing that, exercising that, and being an example to the youngsters here in the States and abroad in Europe, all over the globe, I see. We're going to offer you the choice of 3 gifts. I have 3 gifts for you,
Okay.
and I'm going to offer them to you. And at the end of the show, we'll see which one you chose. But our first gift that we're going to offer you is a daily supply of Baby Daddy's barbecue sauce. Baby
Okay.
Daddy's barbecue sauce worth keeping around. I may not pronouncing it right. It may be Baby Daddy's barbecue sauce, but you can choose this It's a real sauce. They're approved by the FDA, I think, and the Department of Social Services. I'm not sure, but you may want to choose that Baby Daddy's barbecue sauce, or you may not. Or keeping up with the theme of a point guard, running it up. I seen you on the court. You running it up like a video game. You know, we got this motion detector lights for you, the LED lights for your basket, and it's a motion detector. The basket goes crazy when you score points. You could just your video game on the court, sideline to sideline. You know what I mean? You could choose.
Yeah, I like
this.
that.
You could choose. Oh, what you? I ain't hear you say that with the Baby Daddy's.
I like the barbecue sauce too. You definitely need that always.
Always. I like that. There you go. Or you can choose these. We got the fatigue bottoms on these Adidas on the court. On the court, sideline to sideline. They got some good technology in them. Basketball shoes in the Nubian and gold. It's the Nubian and gold, the black and gold colors. They got extra cushion around the ankles and all the latest technology inside of them. So we'll see which one you choose.
We'll wait for that later.
We'll see which ones you choose at the end of the show. And I see you like the barbecue sauce. You like to lighten up the court like a video game.
I like the shoes too.
And you like the shoes too. All right, so we'll see at the end of the show which ones you choose. So I have a few more questions for you as we get into your story. Let me just kind of ask you some round robin questions. So what one word would describe you on the court or off the court? You can just pick one word.
The one thing I say describe me is it'll have to be I'm humble. Like I feel like humble describe me. Like I just feel like because everything that I've been through, not just my success but my downs, like I'm always humble. Like no matter what. Like I always feel like I like to bless people, and you know I just feel humble is just perfect for me.
There you go. That's what's up. That's a blessing. That's a blessing. And yeah, because you know, I was told you're supposed to receive with one hand and give with the other hand. So, you know, and do it with humility, and that gets you through. Following it, you know, be humble when you follow the G code, and be humble as you follow that cheat code. Exactly.
Always.
Yes, sir. And who is your favorite coach in your career so far, and why?
I have to say my Southern Arkansas, my Juco coach. The reason why I say him because he the definition of get out the mud too. Like he knew that we had to get out the mud. We was a first year school, and like we really got out the mud. Like first we didn't even have a gym. We didn't have a gym to practice in. So he literally had to go around and find high schools and different gyms. Then like towards the end of the season they built us a gym. Like we was winning so much, like they came out and built us a gym.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like him because he understands. Like he gave players chances that, players that messed up at other schools, he still gave them a second chance. And they did good that year. So I gotta say him because he pushed us. You know what I'm saying? He showed us how to get it out the mud and still be humble at the same time.
Exactly. And it shows. It shows. What do you give up to play sports? What are you giving up to play? Think about it. What are you giving up to play?
You giving up a lot, especially as a young age. Like when you start playing sports at a young age, you don't really get to go outside as much. You're not like because you're on the road for basketball. Like you give up being a child, really. You so focused and locked in on your sports that you don't really have. Like I really didn't have time to go outside like that. I was a 3 sports athlete, so I really didn't have like a, you know what I'm saying, like a regular child where you outside playing, riding, but I didn't really get to do it.
Okay. That's very revealing. What is your favorite place to compete? Like when you compete, what's your favorite place?
What you mean by that? Like, what's my favorite place? Like what?
Like, is it a location like where you feel like it's more competition? Where you competing? Like, is it an area or a state or a zone, a team, somewhere where the competition is like real high?
Chicago,
Chicago.
definitely. Chicago.
Chicago.
Yeah.
That's a basketball state.
Yeah, it's a different type of environment when you playing in Chicago. Like it's different. A lot of people can't really play in Chicago like that because you're gonna have people. You know, you go to a basketball game in Chicago, you're gonna have people standing around the court, people screaming and yelling. You know, so I feel like Chicago really make you like it change you. It show you how to be a different basketball player because like you really got to get out the mud out there. It's nothing given. You can have a big name in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
They don't care. They're gonna play you like you was a nobody. So
Wow.
that's why I say Chicago.
Okay. Damn, that turned out to be a great question and answer.
Yeah.
What mental tool do you use under pressure? What mental tool do you use under pressure?
You really just got to think. Like under pressure, you got to think. Like that's what I tell people when you under pressure, just relax, breathe, and think more than anything before you react. That's what I say.
That makes sense. And do you think attitude is a factor in winning?
Definitely, you got to have a winning attitude to win. If you got a bad attitude towards a lot of situations, you might not see the better outcome that somebody else see. You're gonna have a lot of bad situations. If you go in there thinking bad, it's gonna be bad. So that's what I say. If you go in a situation thinking bad, it's gonna be bad. So,
Yeah, that makes sense. What's your favorite food to eat before a game to get you ready? You know what I mean?
this might be bad for some athletes, but I eat French fries. Like I'm a French fry guy. I eat French fries no matter what.
Word?
Yeah. So I'm big on French fries. I don't know why.
You like them with the crunch or the breading or the soft or how you rock with them?
I like them always.
What about sweet potato fries? Sweet potato fries.
Nah.
You don't mess with sweet potato fries?
Nah, I'm not sweet potato fries.
Straight up French fries.
Any other French fries with sweet potato.
That's cool. And we were talking earlier, and you were saying that COVID messed up your senior year, and your mentors and your team helped you make a decision to transition to play in Europe. Kind of talk about your junior year and what was going on to make you forego your senior year and just go play Euro League.
Yeah, so my junior year we had a good year. We had a great year. We was like 18-1, so we was going into like the Christmas break. And I was just getting a lot of attention from like going in from there because I was a newcomer to the team. So we were just winning, and like I was talking to a lot of overseas agents, and I was just talking to my family about it. Like, man, I'm ready to go overseas now or go to the next journey right now, you know. So I just felt like the more I was waiting, the more I was giving up my opportunity because I'm steady going back. You know what I'm saying? So I was just ready to bet on myself. I knew I was ready, and then once I talked to my mom and my family, and they was like, "Go for it," that's when I knew like I was ready. And then like right when the time came when I was like ready to make the decision, COVID hit. So when I seen like the season wasn't gonna be as good because COVID was coming. So like this for college, I think they only played like 4 or 5 games because of COVID.
Right.
Right when I was hitting, I left and went overseas.
Oh, so you got a chance to get over. You made the decision to get over there before all of the travel restrictions.
Yeah, so I got there literally like right before the travel restrictions, maybe like 2 weeks. So I was only overseas for like 2 weeks. So I got to Russia. So my brother was playing in Russia. I was going there to train with their team and him. Once I got there, I was there like 2 weeks. And that's when they put the restriction. Like they told us we had 1 day to leave the country. So we had to book our flight literally and pack in 3-4 hours and get to the plane, or we wasn't gonna be able to get back in the country.
Man, You talking about time, and you talking about spiritual path, and may not come when you want and right on time.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like when we was leaving, it was so many Americans trying to get on that one flight. Yeah, it was crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And you mentioned that you said that your brother was playing overseas. I mean, the last name Boatright. I think I've seen that in the paper. I think I've seen that Jesus Shuttleworth, Ray Allen playing for the University of Connecticut. I was a fan. Your brother played for UConn at some point?
Yeah, he played for UConn all 4 years.
He won a national championship with him, right?
Yeah, he did. I was
there. And then what was your brother talking about? What was your brother saying in all of this? Because, I mean, what you're describing is like a miracle, because you could have been delayed another year and a half. I mean, they're thinking about putting more travel restrictions. What was his advice during this time?
Really, my brother's advice has always been for me is like, make my own journey. Don't think my journey is not good because I didn't go on the same journey he went on. So he always just told me, no matter what your journey is, just do what you got to do. Your journey is not going to be the same as everybody else's, but it can bless others. So that's what always stuck with me. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, he was just like, man, if you feel like this is the opportunity that you want to take, you feel like it's good for you, bet on yourself and do it. So, and that's what I did.
Bet on yourself. That's what's up. And of course, your brother is Ryan Boatright. He's like a vet over in the Euro. Yeah. He's playing for several teams. Is that right? Well, how many teams he play for?
More than I can count.
Like 5, 6, or 7?
Yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And you said that you transitioned from what sports management team to which other one?
Okay, so I was with two. Let me tell you the exact name because I don't want to say it wrong.
Right. And if you're just joining us, we're with Mike Boatright, number 22, pro overseas basketball point guard, and we're discussing college athletes getting paid, the sports entertainment business, Mr. Boatright's fashion brand, SGF, Sacrifice, Grind, Faith, the D1 and the Juco leagues, and basically how Mr. Boatright got it out of the mud. Which management team was that?
Okay, so my brother was with Priority Sports, so his agent was actually helping me out. You know what I'm saying? So by me being his brother, they was going to take a chance on me and help me out. But once he left from Priority Sports, like I left too. So then I went with an agency called Ben All Sports Management.
Mm-hmm.
I left, then once I got with them, I decided I just wanted to go with. Once I went to that camp in
the Euro basketball camp.
Yeah, Eurobasket. Once I went to Eurobasket, they automatically signed me. He was like, "We need you," and I felt comfortable with them, so that's who I went with.
So this conversation happened in Vegas?
Yeah, in Vegas.
That's amazing. I've been to Vegas. I've been to Vegas many times. I lived in Los Angeles for like 15 years. I'm originally from Detroit. What up, though? And yeah, I've been to Vegas many times, and you definitely had to have a team of people that had your best interests in mind, because it's a lot of room for error in Vegas. There's a lot of room for error.
Definitely. I had a good going in Vegas though. I finished top 3 in the camp. So after that was being only 2 people that beat me. They both played in the NBA. So I feel like I had a good camp. I had a good thing going. So it was good.
So that's amazing. That Euro camp in Vegas. So you left Vegas with paperwork. You left with paperwork.
So when I left Vegas after the camp, I literally came to Arizona to see my brother and train. And once I got here, the next day I had an offer for Armenia. So I left within, I had like 4 days to leave before I left and went to Armenia. I signed the contract to go to Armenia right after the camp. So I went home, I had 4 days to pack. Then I was leaving to Armenia.
And COVID was going on at this time.
Yeah, COVID was
You in
going
the
on.
airport looking at the news, and it's just getting worse and worse. You masked up. I don't know
Yeah.
if you was gloved up, but
Yeah, I was. My mom and them definitely made sure I had everything. I had masks, gloves. They gave me hand sanitizer, wipes. I had to wipe the seats down. She called me when I got on the plane. Did you wipe the seats down before you sat down?
hey, that's what's up. Hey, mom on point. Mom on
Yeah,
point.
mom was on it. But the crazy thing, once I got to Armenia, they wasn't wearing masks. Like they didn't really have COVID bad out there. So everything was open. Like they had no mask on. They had like low cases. So it was.
So
I
you
guess.
got a chance to settle down.
Yeah.
Yeah, just reset, reshuffle the cards.
Yeah, like it was crazy once you got there, because back at home, I'm calling my mom. They like, we got no food at the grocery stores, or they still wearing masks. They can't go outside. There, we going out to eat. Everything open. Yeah,
Wow.
it was definitely different.
Wow. So the timeline, you went to Russia to train before you went to
Vegas.
Vegas. Then you had to dip back, double back, and go to Armenia.
Yeah. So basically, I went to Russia. I got there. We was there for like maybe 2 weeks. Maybe it was like in between a week and 2 weeks, and then they sent us home because of COVID. So once I got home, I trained a little bit, and then summer came. Then that's when I went to the Vegas game.
Okay. So what's next for your fashion brand? Sacrifice, Grind, Faith. What's next? How did you want to talk? What direction you might be wanting to go, or what's next?
So basically, my clothing brand, I actually slowed it down. I actually wanted to make it for like a I don't know if you heard of a Big Brother and Big Sister.
Say that again.
Big Brother and Big Sister. I don't know if you heard of that. Basically,
It's a nonprofit organization.
Yeah, I'm turning mine. It's like a nonprofit organization. So basically, we just give back, and I want to have like basketball camps, and I want to like mentor some kids. So basically, that's what I'm turning into. So basically, I really don't even sell shirts like that no more. I usually just go to high schools or junior highs, and I give everything away for free. So I just did that recently.
Charitable arm.
Yeah. So basically, we just did it last month. So basically, I hit up some of the friends, and I offered it for the community. I gave away clothes, shoes. I gave everything away from my clothing brand. We went to some homeless shelters. We went to a lot of different programs, a lot of different high schools, junior high, and giving away clothes. So basically, I'm just gonna drop new stuff for my clothing brand. I'm just gonna be giving it away to people in need and people coming up. Because I feel like it's always kids that play sports and don't play sports that they might not want to speak out and say that they're in need, but they can use the help. You know what I'm saying? So I really gonna turn it into more of a big brother, big sister type of thing.
That's love. That's love. Yeah, that's love. Your charitable arm. I remember a gentleman that I looked up to in California, because I had like a Japanese mentor. And what was interesting about that is that he and his wife attended a Korean church, which is a little bit different. So I have a lot of Asian friends. Lil Dynamite that's on our show. She's Asian, and I was taught to, when you're setting up a business, to set up your charitable arm at the same time. And again, like I was saying, you receive with this hand and you give with that hand. So that's exactly on point, man. That's exactly on point.
Yeah, like I had a mentor. So Master P was more of a mentor for me. So really, like everything that I do, I really learned it from being around him and see the way he carried himself. So it's been a blessing for that.
Okay, that's all right. And I've always admired the moves that Master P was making as a more mature gentleman. You know, I had the body VHS tape. I had that. And right now I watch Master P reviews, and he's definitely someone in our national community that sets the tone of how we should move and he definitely followed the G code and the cheat code year after year.
Always. He's a stand-up guy, always.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, is there some things that you want to talk about that comes to mind? I have a couple more questions before I get you to choose which parting gift you would like to have. One being, who inspires you? Who inspired you as a young athlete?
I would have to say, I got a lot of different people that inspire me, really, but I should more like my brother and my grandpa. My brother and my grandpa, definitely. But like others, I got players that's like in our community, you know what I'm saying, that I grew up around, that I watched, and they inspired me a lot too. You know what I'm saying? So just being around them, my brother and my brother's best friend Kiefer Sykes, like guys like them that really had to get out the mud too. So I get inspired from a lot of different people, I should say. I don't really have one person that just inspired me. You know, I got a couple people.
So just being a fly on the wall, I know that Master P. Percy Miller played in the NBA. Master P. Percy Miller was a agent, and I've seen things about him coaching, which I'm sure that'll be an easy transition. What advice, just being a fly on the wall, and you can shape it any kind of way, was some of the last advice he gave you, or some of the first advice?
The advice he always gave me, like I said, he's given before he takes. So I feel like that's something that was big for me. Like no matter what you do, sports, anything outside of sports, always give first and understand before you take. So I say that because he's hard working. Everything that he do, music, outside of music, basketball, he always gives first. No matter how big he get, he always gives and understands before he takes anything. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I take his hard work too, because he do a lot of hard work.
Yeah. And that's the cheat code. The giving part is the cheat code. And the hard work, that's the G code. Don't ask, don't tell. Just get it in. Just do it.
Yeah, you don't got to say how you do it. You do what you got to do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And before we get into giving, Mr. Boatright, because we are sneakerheads, Dynamite Sports, TV, Intelligent Sports Talk, I got two last questions for you. If you could play another sport, what would it be?
That's tough. That's tough. I'll have to say I have to go back to running track.
Okay. I've run 5 marathons, and one of my 2-year goals is to do an Ironman. Maybe I do a half first. But because I'm thinking about it, do a half for triathlon. But I definitely want to do an Ironman. That's like my 2-year goal.
Yeah, it had to definitely be track for sure.
Okay, yeah, I like like I say, I ran 5 marathons, and I used to train up in the mountains in Pasadena, and I ran the LA marathon, and ran the LA twice, rock and roll, one is a Boston Marathon qualifier. It's in the mountains in Pasadena. I forget the name of it. And then I did the one in Atlanta, and it's real hilly in Atlanta. But let me ask you this: do you like wrestling?
Yeah, I like wrestling. Like what kind of wrestling?
If you were a wrestler, what would your wrestling name be?
I'm gonna have to stick to my name. I don't know, but that name sticks with everybody. Boatright Mike.
Boatright Mike. I can dig it. Yeah. I can dig it. Boatright Mike off the top rope with the elbow off the third rope. Yeah. I'm feeling that. Boatright Mike. Yeah, that's gravy. That's gravy. So let me just double back. We definitely appreciate you being on Dynamite Sports TV, Mike Boatright. definitely welcome back anytime, man. Double back when you come back in the States from overseas. But you talked about giving. You get a chance to choose some parting gifts before you leave. We definitely are givers here at Dynamite Sports TV. First of all, you can choose Baby Daddy's barbecue sauce, worth keeping around. And it got some nice ingredients in there. It looks smoky, it looked pretty good.
Yeah, it looked
That's
pretty
what
good.
I'm saying. It's Baby Daddy's barbecue sauce. You know what I mean? Or you could choose the Hoop Brights, motion detector for the rims, light it up like a video game, like you've been doing. You know what I mean? You can roll half court with this, or if you say so, we'll do the full court. You know, keep lighting it up like a video game, like y'all been doing, Boatright brothers. Or you can choose these. Put your flag at the bottom, the fatigue, the on the court, Adidas, and the Nubian in gold. And you could pop that tag right there. What is it? Am I saying it right? Yeah, on the game.
On the game,
Adidas tag right there.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with on the game Adidas.
Okay, you're gonna go with the Adidas, the on the games with the soldier flag at the bottom, the Nubian in black.
I like they got the flag at the bottom.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know, it's always no limit. So I gotta have a soldier flag at the bottom. I like that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And man, we appreciate you being on the show, Mike Boatright, Dynamite Sports TV. We appreciate your brand, you giving back to the community and the world, sacrifice, grind, faith. We appreciate your team allowing you to be with us and you being candid about what you've been going through to get it out of the mud. The mud's a little different over in Europe. So you keep on getting out the mud. It don't stop and it won't stop. No limit.
For sure. Appreciate you.
All right. And in parting, I'm here at Dynamite Mike Boatright, Dynamite Sports. We put the in sports, and I'm a sign off and then get your information so I can put these in the mail for you.
All right, appreciate you.
All right, I'm just in the live right now.